Hi, how you doing? As I've mentioned before, today I'm going to be talking about a comment left on my response to the Juji and Tom's video about them being disappointed in... well, disappointed is the wrong word. About Tom being upset and not thinking his effort is worth enough. This comment is from George Smith. Hope it's George, there's no E in it, but if I got your name wrong, my bad. Tom is just an entitled snowflake. Juji had already spent over a decade creating his brand, and he thinks that since he had had this amazing opportunity that others would kill for, to be included for 2 years, that he is the most important part. He also thinks that he should be a respected member of the fitness community because he has been lifting for about a year and a half, without impressive results. He just needs to put in time like everyone else. He should also consider not deleting any negative comment that is posted on that video. Now, I'm not somebody who looks through comments on all these other videos. Now, if somebody has left a really negative comment or a hateful comment or something left out of spite or something that's disrespectful and it really isn't in the spirit of something that's you would hope to have somebody say to yourself, then okay, you can delete that if somebody's being negative for the sake of being negative. If somebody's being constructive in a comment and that comment points out something that somebody doesn't like or something that's gone wrong in something or other, then they'll probably leave it in. I mean, for me, if somebody left a comment on this video degrading me, I don't know if I'd leave it there or not. It's got to be authorised. Like this one, I got the notification for the comment and I was like, where the hell is it? I had to log in and find you need to authorise this comment, which was like the first one I've had to do. I don't know why. But there's many segments of that I disagree with. And we'll have a look at a couple of those. This video I hope to clarify what I was trying to say in the first video I made. And that was just a reaction to the video they had done, which, as you all know, everybody has their own opinions of things and are entitled to those. Now, saying Tom is an entitled snowflake. That gives me the impression that George believes Tom has been given something beyond his stature. Now, to say somebody's entitled, to me that's a negative thing. It says that person believes they have the right to whatever they want. Like the Kardashians, for example. I'd say they were entitled because they've come from all this rich, massive whole background and they've got all of these things going for them and they believe they walk on the air. That's what I'd say was entitled, and Tom to me doesn't come across that way. When I first saw Juji's channel and Tom was in there, I thought he was that weird guy that hung about. He is a weird guy and he does hang about, so that's accurate. But saying he's an entitled snowflake, maybe not. And when I hear about the word snowflake, it's saying that somebody's all precious and, oh, my feelings count, and, oh, you said you don't like me, that means I'm going to cry. And again, I don't see him being a snowflake. I can understand where George is coming from, where Tom's saying that, look, I do a lot of work, I've not been receiving the amount of credit I think I should do, and it's upsetting me. That's what I take away from the video. You're entitled to take away something different. Now, with regards to Juji spending all this time building up his own brands, yeah, sure, it's all there. Go to Jujimufu.com, and I've had a bit of a look on there, and it will show you, see, website's up, Jujimufu.com, which I believe used to be Acrobolics or something. It's got his brand on there. He sells his supplements, he's got creatine, he's got loads of other stuff on there. And history, where it's been like 20 years he's been working on his own fitness. Guy's now 33, so this has been from when he started. And yeah, he had the Trickster stuff, which was the biggest outside of a social media platform, so it was his own thing. That was great. That's how Juji and Tom first met. And he's got the the ammonia stuff and all of that's all on there, which is fine. That's all there. And he said he had a proper job up until 2016, which he then quit because fitness was making him a bit more money, which is fine. And from what I'm aware, it's 2015, 2016 roughly is when Tom started to get a bit more involved with the YouTube side of it. And from there, looking back on the video, I couldn't find it again when I looked at it, but you go back about 6 or 7 months, there was a video where Juji announces that Tom had started Grip Genie. And on Grip Genie, they're both there together. It doesn't specify who did what or when. It says they run it together, which is fine, which is what I thought it was. I thought it was a 50-50 split on Grip Genie. But obviously in the original video for it, turns out Tom does pretty much everything with Grip Genie from what he tells us about the shippings and dealing with it and progression for it, and Juji does his own one. He's Jujimufu.com, so that's fine. That also says they do other things together. That's fine. But when it comes to, where is it? It says that it's been included for 2 years and that is the most important part. I didn't get that impression from that video. I didn't get the impression that Tom says he's the most important part of it. Highlighting what you do and thinking you're the most important part are different things. If you put a CV or a resume for the Americans out there, on that resume, CV, you put all of your best achievements. You put down everything that you can do that's better than what anybody else could do. And this was Tom's way of releasing his CV, his list of things that he does. A lot of people may not have known that he does all of that stuff. And when I've seen videos of them being at conventions and everything, it's all the Grip Genie stuff's out there, all the grip tools and everything's are out there. Tom and Juji are with each other, they're next to each other. And at that point, I can understand the acknowledgement problem that he had, where everybody would go up to Juji and say, great job on everything, and then Tom wouldn't get a look in. Now, I say with that acknowledgement for it, a personal experience, going back several years, I was working in retail. Back when DVDs were starting to make a big thing and starting to take over from VHS, if you remember those things. But we had a DVD come in, single edition of the film Die Hard, and they were trying to sell it for like 16, 17 quid, and we did not sell a single copy of it in a couple of months. So I said to my manager, is there any way we can do these as like a $2.99 or a $3.99 when bought with? My manager spoke to his manager, and 2 days later we got all the sales come through for that exact thing to be implemented company-wide. I didn't get any kind of acknowledgement for that. I didn't get, oh yeah, Bruce, that was a great idea that you had, well done. Nothing. So at that point I thought, what's the point of me even trying to do anything for you if I can do something like this, where we're in there selling dozens of these things a week, where we weren't selling any. You know, we can get like 10 or 20 of them go in a single day, clearing all this stock out, and I don't get a good idea. Nothing. So I didn't do it again. I just gave up. It's like, what's the point of me putting that through when it gets implemented and it's so successful and I don't get any real acknowledgement for it? That is where I see Tom coming from in this perspective. And it can be gut-wrenching for you to find out that you've put so much effort into something and you only get about half of the acknowledgement that you think you should get. That's what I was saying, is like, just say a thank you or a well done. And over time, that has a knock-on. When it's consistently, you're putting all the same amount of work, all the effort that you're doing, and it's being knocked away. You're not getting the acknowledgement that you think that you should. Now, partially, that may come from the way that the channel is presented. And so they've now changed the name to Juji and Tom, which is a good step because that now brings Tom further up for acknowledgement, which is what I think he's after. And with that, you get a boost. You're like, oh, I'm doing a good job. Because if you do all the effort and you don't get told you're doing a good job, you become bitter and twisted. and you don't want to be doing as much work as you're doing, and then your work sucks. But he's keeping it up. And that was him just saying, look, it's tough. I do all this work and I don't get the acknowledgement. So who's finding it tough? Does that make him a snowflake? I don't think so. But where is it? This is the one that got me as well, is that he thinks he should be a respected member of the fitness community because he's been lifting for a year and a half without impressive results. Fitness community. Okay, you use that word community. He started a business, Grip Genie, which is aimed around fitness, about your grips and everything, and he works on a YouTube channel that builds around a lot of fitness and information. Does that not make you part of the community? I think he does. Now, to be successful, they're coming close to 1 million subscribers. That's a successful channel. And Tom's helped build that up, so why shouldn't he get any respect from it? You know? It's like, if I use a retail example again, it's like, say you're working somewhere for a year and a half. And this is one that I can use, is somebody I knew went into a retail store and that place was being robbed consistently. They was making very little money. They had no security guards in there. And within that year and a half time frame, we're going a side-by-side comparison here. Lifting to working a shop to be more successful. It's but my relative had done all the work. Stock was going out of there. They were making more money on it. They got a security guard in there. That store became more and more profitable. Did she get much of the thanks for it? No. She just got treated like anybody else. Which would make a lot of people give up. But kept going. The store became better and better and better. And again, be respected for doing that. Be acknowledged for doing that. That's what Tom was saying, is that he was emotionally being drained because he felt neglected by people. That's what he's saying. He's saying, you know, we appreciate everything you do, but it hurts when I don't get as much appreciation as Juji does. Now, without impressive results, without lifting, now Tom was not as big as I am, but what results does he want? And he's not a bodybuilder. From what I know, he doesn't want to be a bodybuilder. He doesn't want to go into competitions and everything. He's doing it for himself. And yeah, he was doing a transformation set for there. But again, this is what Tom wants to do for Tom in his own transformation. And he looks good for it. I'd say he's doing well. You know, having arms as big as Juji, having a fitness look, physique like Kenny KO. Do you need that to be a respected member of a community? It's because the word community. You know, there's people that have the big results and show off the bodies. There's the people that train them. There's the people that run the fitness places, that make all the equipment that they use. All of these people are part of a fitness community. Tom is a part of that fitness community. He's got a successful business and he is joined on a successful YouTube channel. I think that means he should have some respect out there. Don't you? Has he got to go from like Sloth to Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime to be respected? No. Respect comes in different forms and people in the community take on different forms. Putting in the time like anyone else. He's putting in the time he wants to put in to get the results that he wants to get, from what I can tell. Now, if he's got all these other things going on that he's saying that he is, all the editing and all the arranging everything around there, then he's doing a lot of work outside of building a body. And again, that's just building a body up. That doesn't equate to all the effort that you think it should. So if you want to build a body, you'll build a body. If you want to build a fitness level, you build a fitness level. If you want to build a business, a YouTube channel, you want to build a community, you build a community. And that's what Tom is working with. I mean, Juji does want to be doing the bodybuilding. He does want to be out there. He does want to be getting those bigger and bigger levels. Now, Tom is doing it for himself, from everything I can figure out. So, it's not to come across and say that you're wrong with anything, George. I disagree with you. That's all I'm saying, okay? I'm not trying to lay hate on you. I'm not trying to say that you can't say what you're saying. That is your opinion. Now, if you are watching it, brilliant. I hope you can understand I'm sharing this to extra clarify something I was trying to get across and to address these things that you've said. I disagree with parts that you've said. And hopefully, if you want to reply back, you can, and you'll be respectful about it. Because if there's, as I say, if there's animosity, then I'm not likely to keep that comment on there, because that's not the kind of channel I want to have. Like most people out there, you want to have a nice level playing field for everything. So hopefully I've made sense with what I've said today. There are parts I agree with. Sure, there are facts in there. And then there's a difference of opinion by interpretation of things. I see things a little bit differently to you. That's clear the way that goes. But I just wanted to put this out there and explain the differences that I see in it, and different approach towards it, and how I felt it come through. So you make some good points about the way you see things, and like I said, I don't lay any hate on you. You're entitled to your opinions, you're entitled to share them. That's the joy of social media. Now, if we can be nice like this again, sure. We can have more Discord, we can have more conversations, and we can go through. But it's trying to put all this into a reply to that comment. Don't know if I could have done it in a short amount of time. There's little bits I disagreed with in bigger spaces. So I'm going to finish this here. This has been the longest video I've put up on this channel, I think. I'm going to link the original Jujimufu video and my video in the description box. I'll put a link to Grip Genie and Jujimufu's website in the description box as well. If you're interested in this kind of comments, this kind of subject matter, please give me a like. You're welcome to subscribe. That's up to you if you want to see more of it. Leave a comment. We can have a conversation back and forth. We can understand each other a bit better. And if you think somebody else will enjoy this, share it with a friend. And in the meantime, train safe and be nice to each other. Adios.